Get strong.
So recently, I went to Nova Tropicals, which is it's in Virginia, not too far from Chantilly, I believe it's pronounced. Went to go visit my daughter, and this was about 45 minutes away. And I was really impressed with the shop. I really liked it. They had a nice selection of fish. Shop was very clean. The tanks were nicely labeled. I like that they use real labels as opposed to the kind of like the chalky pencil that some places use to put the prices on. Makes it hard to really see what things say. Store was pretty busy, which was good. That's always a good sign. I was really impressed with these low boys that they were using for plants. I really like these. They were full of plants, as well as they had a lot of different community fish in there. A lot of tetras and barbs were inside of here, which was really cool. They did use the penciling for the labels for the plants, which I actually did not mind because it works well. They had a good size selection when it comes to their fish. They had small as well as pretty medium, which is always welcome because it's tough when fish are too small and you've got an established tank already. So I really appreciated that. They had a nice diverse substrates, sand in some tanks, gravel in others, so that you had a nice mix. The tanks were scaped pretty nice. I like that as well. The staff was helpful. Really liked the way the staff was attentive and answered any questions that you have. Didn't seem bothered or annoyed with any of the questions I heard people asking. And once again, I really like these low boys. I can't get enough of those. And like most fish stores, they had the stores separated into, obviously your tetras and barbs and community fish as well, and then your South American cichlids, and then your African cichlids. And as you can hear in the background, the chime keeps going off because it's busy in there, which was good. And weather wasn't great, so for it to be that busy and the weather was so, that was it was kind of chilly. They have a nice selection of tanks for sale as well, um, which is welcome because in some pet stores you go into, they don't really have a lot of tanks for sale, and they had a lot of tanks for sale. So we got some live bears here. I really enjoyed this store. I wish I could have maybe bought something and brought it back, but it just would have been. I wasn't coming back for a couple of days, and I didn't want to drive back there and then try to drive home. It's like a 6 hour drive, 6.5 hour drive. I just didn't want to risk it. Although I did like the pricing. They don't really ship, so that wasn't an option for me. A lot of decorations that they had for sale as well. You can see lots of fake plants and driftwood all over the store, and the pricings on them. They do have salt water as well. So here we're back in like the African cichlid area, which is cool because they've got everything you need to kind of scape an African cichlid take. Like if you're going to be doing imbunas and you wanted to do some rock work, they've got it all right there for you. And they got some small imbunas and they've got larger imbunas, and they've got peacocks and haps, all at what I consider to be a pretty good size. And once again, I love the labeling, and the pricing was not that bad. Once again, I really was impressed with the pricing, very close to what you might find with your online pricing. I usually find a lot of local stores have the pricing so high that it's just like ridiculous. You can't really, get what you're looking for. You just can't get it because they have the pricing so high. But they have pretty good pricing, so I was impressed with that. And look at the colors on these bad boys. That's the other thing I like, being able to go into a store and find fish that are decent size, as well as them having good color. Because there's nothing worse than buying a fish that's small, not really colored up, and you get him home and he just never develops the color the way you would like. And a lot of that is genes. Some of it is food, but we know a lot of it can just be, parents didn't have good genes. So you can see the pricing there. It's not too bad for fish that are colored up like this and that look this good. So yeah. Really liked it. And you can hear customers in the background asking questions. What are those? And I really like that. And, they do a really good job of displaying the fish and clean tanks. You show me a fish store that's got not that has decorative tanks like this, and the tanks are clean, and I'll show you a store that is really putting in the work to showcase the fish. And I think that helps with sales versus you walk in a store and it's like, really? These tanks look terrible. And you've got your substrate back here that is good for African cichlids. And once again, I love that they've got everything you need in this section to really, get your tank set up the way you would like. Here's their saltwater display tanks here. They've got some frags and corals and just everything you could imagine, and they've got nice size and nice displays, which makes you almost want to go into saltwater. And these are even larger little boys that they had custom made, and my father-in-law would love these for his he'd love those for his stingrays. All in all, I had a good experience there. So if you're in the area, I would definitely give them a visit. I go up into the capital area quite often to visit my daughter who lives up that way. So this is the second store that I visited in the capital area. You can find the other one on my site, and I'll try to add the name to the other store. But this one is Nova Tropicals, and I had a good time. So those two little boys that I was talking about, they're just massive. They're really big, and I was like, oh man, where'd you get those? Because
that's what I'm talking about.
They were just. And then this tank is just humongous, and it's full of cichlids, and you just want to take this tank home. This was also custom made, and they can get these for you. It's got the low iron glass, so everything is nice and clean. And these are some big peacocks and haps are in here. It's really hard to tell from the video.
What is this?
So definitely go and visit. Look at that color on that.
What is this guy?
Great store. Bye.
Strong.